Hello everybody, today is 5th of January and welcome back, and I want to wish you all a very happy new year 2018. So I think it's been a long time since I posted my last video. It was like 27th, I guess. Yeah, so it's been more than a week since I posted my last video. The reason is I don't know, I was being lazy. Yeah, I was being lazy. I was being lazy in making videos? No, I was being lazy in doing tasks. I was having vacations. I went out. Oh God. All right. I know. I'm still trying to be the one that I want to be. Okay. So what I did today is I wrote the HTML. I wrote the HTML for the site navigation bar of my portfolio. So if you guys remember in my last class, the last thing that I did was I prepared the design, right, mock-up of my portfolio that I'm building. So I started it today. So the first thing I did was I started with the sidebar, the navigation menu. So it's going to be a side navigation menu, and I wrote the HTML. So basically what I did was I did a lot of research, and then I found an awesome website which basically teaches you about teaches you how to build a side navigation bar using Bootstrap, and it was really beautiful. I followed that and I built it, and I'll show you tomorrow. And the second is software architecture lecture. Okay, it's in YouTube. Amazing. Sort of tells you the different ways you can design the software. So watched 50% of that lecture. So let me show you what that lecture is. Okay, so this is the lecture that I was talking about, Introduction to Software Architecture, uploaded by George Fairbanks, and yep, he is the lecturer who did this. So awesome, it's awesome. I loved it, and I haven't done completely. I watched 50% of that, and it's amazing. And then some NoSQL database thinking. So I read about what you should consider while designing a NoSQL database. Now, since NoSQL is different from MySQL, and in MySQL, you have the privilege of that, if you have many-to-many relationship, then what you can basically, suppose you have two entities like authors and books. Now obviously they are in many-to-many relationship. A book can have many authors, and an author can have many books. So what basically you can do is, if we think of in a SQL term, is we can have a table, a collection for books, and in that we can have a field called authors, where we're going to store the ID of all the authors. And similarly, you can have another table or collection of authors, and where there can be a field called books, where the ID of all the books will be stored. Like all the books this author has written, the ID of all those will be stored. So this is one way of doing it. But the problem with this is, every time I want to write, or every time I want to make a new collection of books, I have to go and edit and write and make changes to authors collection as well, because both are linked, right? So if I make a book collection and there is an ID, and the book is written by certain author, so what I have to do is I have to go ahead in the authors collection and store that book ID in that particular author, right? So which is really messy because the writing would be really slow. So how, so the thing is what you should do in such situations, right? So what are the things that you should consider? So I read about that, and when you should use embedded documents over making a new collection. So MongoDB gives you that privilege of having embedded documents inside of it, like if it is a blog model, then if it is a blog schema, then what you can do is for every block there can be multiple comments, right? So what you can have is one way is either you can have a new schema for comments, and there you can store all the comments with the blog ID, or what you can do is in the blog schema itself you can have a field called comments, which you can put it as an array, which will store all the comments. So both have advantage and disadvantage, so it depends on how your application is going to be, and how many users or how many comments you expect for each post or each blog. So it depends on that. So that's the thing, that's what I did, and definitely this is really important. This is something which you should definitely know, and I think this is something which holds money. I don't know. All right, so that's what I did today, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of Node.js, because I kind of want to master it. Like I want to do this again and again and again and again until I get it completely. So probably I'll be doing Node.js. So all right, so okay, so that's a goodbye for now.